Let's make the most useless thing ever in woodturning. Hello and welcome. Like I said, let's make the most useless thing in the history of woodturning. It's this thing. It is a sphere with a square in it. You can't do anything with it, but it's just fun to make. So let's start and make this thing. Try and think of how to make it. You'll be surprised how easy it is. It starts with a block of wood. We start in this case with some German ash. And you can tell it is German ash because it says so. Before I start with making my most useless thing in the history of woodturning, I have to make sure that I have a perfect square. It has to be 90 degrees and even sides all the way. So I plane it first, I get a 90-degree angle, and then I saw it again until it is perfect. And there it is, perfectly square, 95 millimeters. And if I put this in my 4-jaw chuck and I clamp it, it should be nicely centered. Of course, this is not the perfect way to do it because these edges here, they go a little bit into the wood, but never mind. I hope we don't see it back. And then I'm going to drill a few holes. Here I have an 80 mil drill. Take the center out and take the drill in. And the idea now is that I drill into the block of wood from every side. And the big trick now is, go away. And the big trick now is, how deep shall I drill? So what we're going to do is we're having a circle here and a square here that doesn't fit through. You can't get it through. So the square is just a little bit bigger than the circle. Suppose this is the circle and now I want to know how big my square should be. It's a square. So this line here is the diameter of my hole, which is 80 millimeter. 80 mil, it's the diameter. And I want to know these two, but they're equal. So you probably remember this one. So this is C, A, B. So this is 6,400, because it is this one square this one. And we know now that A is B, so these both are 2, and we take the square root out of it. So we need to know the square root out of 3200 is 56.56, 56.56 is A is B. So we know now that if I make my square 5.7 or a little bit bigger, I can't get it through this opening. 5.7, and the square block of wood is 96 millimeters minus 75 millimeters is 39 millimeters. Divided by 2, then I know how much to drill from one side, gives me 19 millimeters.
Cool. Good luck with that.
So I have to drill in 19 millimeters. Take this one, switch on the lathe, slow down because it's a big diameter. $18. $19. The first side of our square, I want to clean up that over there because it will stay visible, of course. So a bit of speed. And if I put 2 lines beside that little hole, it's just like somebody has thought about it and it doesn't look like the tip of a drill anymore. Now we drill in side grain. That's of course is already a lot easier. Okay. Same thing. Well, I think you get the point by now. 2 more holes to go. one more very light touch. Oops. That'll do. And now for the camouflage trick again. And the last one.
It looks great.
And now I have to drill, of course, more precious. Because it only is hanging, the square is only hanging on a few points, thin points. So don't put too much pressure. That's done. So I have to make these little ridges in there. Speed. Okay. And now we're getting thinner and thinner and thinner, so it's getting more exciting. And now I want to make this a sphere. And if I clamp it like this, then I'm going to be with my gouge in the chuck, so I don't want that. So let me make a few in this drawer. I always have pieces that I've used before, and that can be mounted. Well, this one is too small. It can be mounted in the. I could use this one, although it needs another chuck. And this one I can use. That's good. And now I make a piece to fit the other side. Here's another piece out of the lowest drawing. Well,
There we go.
well, let's make a sphere out of that very carefully. And I'm in the flying zone, so I'll put it on a mask. Get my spindle gouge and
Pray to God.
tighten up my ass, and then I go. The funny thing is, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but I see already the shape that it's going to get. They have to be very light cuts, of course, because there's hardly any wood left. And by the way, I'm looking over here, my horizon, so to say, and I'm cutting over here, but I'm looking over here so that I can see this, the shape that I'm making.
Wow.
You see, it's a little bit thinner over here than over here, so a few more cuts and then it's done. It's everywhere the same thickness. It's okay. Now the other side. One more cut. You can see a little bump already. Okay, that's it.
Nice.
You can also see I mounted it so that the grain was running in that direction. If I would have mounted it the other way around, so a quarter turned to the left or to the right, so the grain would run in that direction, it probably would have been broken already. So let's take this. Oh, yeah. Reminder, it's not stuck in the chuck. What we're going to do now is have a very thin parting tool and go in there, and I'm cutting with this tip over there. I'm going to make very light cuts. You see, it's loose.
Yes, I saw it.
And there we go for the last part. And this, of course, is the most exciting part to do, because the minute I go with my chisel through the wood, this is loose and starts to move inside of my sphere, and then it could break. Well,
Oh no!
yeah,
No!
could be.
Oh nee, 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 nee. Oh nee.
No, it's it's not broken.
Oh, oh.
So Lise is off the oxygen yet, so we can continue now. You can't, of course, you can't clamp it really tight. So what happened was that I got through the wood and this square piece took out the sphere out of the jug. Well, it wasn't meant to be, but I didn't.
I had a heart attack.
Well, the finishing touch now. I have to take all these corners off. What we can do is put, well, there's several ways of doing it. Now I go sanding it with the grain. Ah, well, I think you get the idea by now. You have witnessed the making of the most useless thing in the history of wood turning, made by me. Well, anyway, thanks for watching and see you next time.